to Harvey P Watches. As always, thank you to those who have liked and subscribed to my videos. I really appreciate it. Please keep liking the videos if you would like to see more watches. For this episode, we thought we would look at something much older with this 106-year-old watch. This is a Dimier Brothers Wristlet watch from 1914. It is called a wristlet as when it was made the term wristwatch was not yet in use. The watch was made during World War I, and I was amazed to discover that before the First War it was mainly only ladies who wore wristwatches. Men still preferred pocket watches like this one and saw wristwatches as something only ladies had. It was found that using a pocket watch with one hand during a battle was quite hard to do. As a result, just before to the First War, a number of watches were made for the military that had wire lugs soldered onto them so they could be worn on the wrist. It was the introduction of the trench watch in World War I that made wristlets more acceptable to men as they were now worn on the battlefront. Men now saw them as something associated with brave soldiers and officers and warmed to the idea of using them for personal use, and so the wristwatch started to take off. This particular watch is of the early ones made in 1914 and at the time would have cost around £3 to £4. A lot of watches like this are called trench watches, although trench watches had illuminous hands and hour markings on the face, so this isn't an actual trench watch. So let's take a closer look at the watch. By modern standards, the watch is very small at just 33mm across with a 10mm leather strap. Looking at the sides, you can also see the wire lugs that have been soldered on for the strap. One thing I really like about this watch, being an early one, is that you can see the crossover between a pocket watch and a wristwatch. The watch has a hinged back and front and they open up like a pocket watch. This was changed on later watches with a press on or screwed on back. The case is made of solid silver, and what I love about it is inside the case the hall markings present a huge amount of history about the watch. At the top the watch is stamped D-post number 9846. This basically means that this watch is a registered design for watches with handles and a leather strap, or in a nutshell, the design for a wristwatch which was first registered by the Dimier Brothers in 1903. The watch is also stamped DBS, which shows it was imported by the Dimier Brothers at 46 Cannon Street, London. So, the watch is not actually made by the Dimier Brothers, just imported by them. The actual maker is unknown as the watch is unbranded, which was common at the time. The watch is just stamped Swiss made. The 925 shows the case is 92.5% silver and 7.5% other metals, usually copper. The U character is actually the zodiac sign for Leo and shows that this was stamped by the London Assay Office. The letter T shows the watch was imported into the UK between June 1914 and June 1915, while the 4563 is the number of the watch. Therefore, we have no way of telling who actually made the movement. The face itself is white porcelain with black Roman numerals and hour markings, and it has thin black hands. At the bottom of the face is a lovely subdial for the second hand. On the back of the case are the initials TL from a former owner many years ago. Inside the watch is an unbranded 17 jewel Swiss high grade movement. Watching this watch tick away, it is really hard to imagine that it is 106 years old, and after all that time it is still happily running and keeping the time. So there you have it, a 1914 Dimier Brothers wristlet made during World War One. I have to say, researching this watch I've learnt so much history, and who would have thought that over 100 years ago wristwatches were mainly something worn by the ladies. I do like this watch a lot, as it really makes me feel connected with history, and it's nice to see what sort of watches were around when Dad was a little boy.
Cheeky.
Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed these videos and would like to see more watches, please hit the like key and perhaps even subscribe. You can see more of our watches at www.modestwatches.com, and you can see my website at www.harveyp.com. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Stay safe. Bye.